because I didn't love God, that was for sure, because I loved the other life. I loved music, songs, especially hip hop. I liked the songs in Kenya like Gengeton. I liked secular songs a lot. So they would say in Swahili, unatoa utoi, you know. So somebody would be compelled. I remember there was a person who came out with nothing, no cent. One thing that made me fear was during the Bible study in the afternoon. People would ask questions, and then I would see people raise their hand. Then somebody would say, "It is written, it is written." And then people would quote verses and verses. I feared, and then I said, no. I don't deserve being here. Because the only verse I heard was John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. We went to discourse. A lot of this. We would dance a lot at night, you know. I thought I would find peace there. Yeah. I liked fighting. I thought I would find peace there. Yeah.
One of the most effective tools you have for sharing your faith is your personal story of how Jesus has changed your life and met your deepest needs. Your personal conversion, when shared effectively, will often awake deep spiritual needs and naturally lead people to know more about the power of the gospel. Your testimony will provide an irrefutable evidence that God is not a liar and His word is not a fairy tale. Your testimony changes the Bible from a dusty book to a living, working reality. Tell them how you found Jesus. Tell them what blessings comes as you sit at the feet of Jesus and the precious lessons from His word. Tell them of the gladness and joy that there is in the Christian life.
Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and again welcome to another episode of Testimonial Stories, where we allow our guests to share their Christian life experiences to enable to bless people who get to watch them. So yes, today we have a guest who will introduce himself when he starts to narrate his testimony. And yes, let's get into the video. So Erick,
yes,
how are you?
I'm fine. I'm well.
So maybe for those people who does not know you, maybe you can just look at the camera and introduce yourself, your name. Yeah.
Yes. Hi everyone. This is Erick Akuku, Odhiambo. Erick Akuku is from Nyakach, that is in Kisumu County, and I'm a missionary. I'm a medical missionary actually. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you again for allowing us to be able to share your testimony, because we believe that at the end of this, it's going to bless all of us. Yeah. So maybe because I believe that your point of conversion was when you were in your university. So before that, we want to understand maybe a little bit of your background, like your childhood. Yeah. Maybe you can just share about your childhood. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Rod, for another chance to share about my story and the Father Lord has brought me. It's true. My conversion took place while I was in campus. Yeah, so before then, the story, it will bless, particularly if we really consider the fact that before knowing God, there was that particular kind of lifestyle I used to live. Yeah, so I'll not go too much far back, but maybe in high school. Yeah. While we were in high school, I would really say, especially considering our background and where I came from actually, or where I'm coming from actually. It's a bit, I can call it semi-arid, and then problems with meals and food. Then was there. I can say God has been faithful enough and gracious enough to really be, providing for us nowadays. So it was a bit tough. I used to question a lot of things, and then considering the background, the Christian background as well, we were actually raised in a Christian background, though not so strong. My dad wasn't so strong. My mom was not also so strong Christian. But there was a figure that I was looking up to, at. That was my grandmother.
Okay.
So after the post-election violence, we went back home.
That is after 2007.
2007.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went back home, and the life wasn't easy. You know what? Actually, the aftermath of war. So food was a problem. The little we got, we thanked God, but I questioned my grandmother. Yeah, so anytime my grandmother would get a little, the littlest of money she would have, I would see her still spare some to pay tithe. Yeah, so it found when sometimes we went without food for 2-3 days, and then she's sparing 100 to pay tithe. So I could tell her, Granny, you are out of your mind, this is not fair. We've been hungry for 3 days, but you're still sparing 100. That should help us to buy maybe some maize and maize flour, to help us eat. But I could question, and she would say, you will know someday. You will know someday. Okay, so time went by, and when we were actually in Form 3, just to skip a bit, in Form 3, my grandmother could come every Sabbath to ensure she put us on toes, to ensure we go to church. We didn't like going to church. This was because of what we were actually going through. And since there was nobody to also hold our hands well and strongly to teach us and educate us more on matters godly things, so we questioned a lot. My brother, the one that comes after me, decided to leave school. He gave up school. Tried encouraging him. Thank God he came back. But he took another trajectory. Though we were introduced to be going to church, but he decided now to just leave church. Grandmother did not give up. She still continued pressing and pressing. I remember there was a day that I felt that she pressed me too much. So I was in a room where I was sleeping. Then she came. It was around 9. Then she said, Erick, it's time to go to church, so we should be going. And then that was one Sabbath, and then she came again. The third one, I was timing. Then she came and she said the same thing. I told her, Granny, I'm now an adult. Never again shall I see, your feet and your mouth. Never utter such a word to me. I can do my own things on my own way. I can reason on my own. Never disturb me with the church issues. And then all I remember was that I saw in her face tears, and she left. Yeah. After that, I liked watching movies. So I had a friend that would come every Sabbath. We go watch, That day we went watched, but something happened even in the video. Yeah. So the officers came in, and then upon banging the door, they shouted, "Everyone down!" I went down, but what came to my mind, the first thought was my grandmother.
Oh.
I remembered her, and then I remembered I had even made that like a vow of covenant. Never shall you, come again and remind me of church. But I told God in that at that situation, I told God, Father in heaven. I didn't even know how to pray well. But I told him, if you will let me come out of this place, I will never leave you. And then people actually being picked, on my side, my right side, my left. People are being picked, being arrested, Luckily enough, I was spared. And unfortunately, upon leaving that place, I took another route to another movie. I forgot. Okay, so it went like that up to the time that we finished our exams. I was still watching my grandmother and her lifestyle, but I didn't like, So I left, and before joining campus, I went and lived with my uncle. Okay. Yeah, so my uncle, unfortunately, I will not mention his name, but he drinks a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so he drinks a lot. So I stayed with him. God gave me created a good rapport between us. He even could remind me, hey, you should be going to church. It's Sabbath, go to church. But I was so much obsessed by the fact that I need to save for my, admission.
Yeah.
I need to have pocket money. I don't need to beg. So I could work 24/7,
Okay.
But he could remind me, hey, have a break. Go and worship. Okay, so before I joined campus, we sat with him, like we're sitting. Yeah. So before I joined campus, he sat with me. That was my uncle, and of course by then he was even drunk. And then he inquired of me by asking that, "Do you admire my lifestyle, like this one, a drunkard?" And I said, "No." He also said, "I don't admire it, neither." And then he told me that where you're going, campus, is this life I'm living. So I'm counseling you to get a place, and the best place to go is church. Then when you go there, look for a church, but even specified which church to go to. He said that look for a Seventh-day Adventist word, Adventist church. Okay, yeah, so that rang in my head, in my mind, that how can a drunkard, somebody drunk, really advise, to do a good thing. Okay, so that one stuck here. I went to campus.
Okay, so this is now you're going to campus.
Yes.
So before that,
Yeah.
For example, like what are the kind of things that you liked doing when you were young, when you're growing up?
Yes.
And then before the post-election violence, where were you guys living? Because I believe that you have told us that after the post-election violence, after 2007, you went back home. Yeah. So maybe you can just...
Yeah, so before then, we were actually in Nakuru.
Okay.
And we were living in Pondamali, those who know Pondamali.
Okay.
Yes, so and I was a bit stubborn. I was very stubborn because my friends, we could play unfriendly games, and I could, have a better portion of time of mine. I could even be sent in the morning to go buy food for my father before he leaves for job. But I would go and be caught up with plays and games, and my brother, the little brother, would be sent, come and take the money or the item. I'm still left there. My mother would wait for me in the evening, and I would learn the lesson. So I would be caned seriously. Okay, so after then, so it was then, that was before the post-election violence. And then later on, we now moved from Nakuru now to my home.
Did you go with your parents or just your grandma?
Yeah, I can vividly remember still, even the process of leaving Nakuru. The post-election violence was not so friendly. Before then, I used to watch in movies how people used to murder people. But during the post-election violence, I saw with my own eyes. And what made me tremble was when my father, who was our hope, and my uncle, who are our hope, they came in and they had their weapons. I remember my father had like a machete, and then my uncle had like a sword. So when they actually came in, so they came in with the weapons, they said, "Oh, it is done. We are finished. Oh, there's no more weapon. No more fighting back." And then they dropped down the weapons. Yeah, for me that was the end of life. That was the end of everything. How can those whom you are looking up to, who you're actually hopeful that would help and save, are now hopeless? So that was for me like a hopeless state. And then they said, "We have not even locked the gate, so let the enemies come to finish us." And then I remembered they locked the door, they closed the door, and then we pushed the cupboard, and then they were the first to stay, after the cupboard, them, and then us. So they said if they would come, they would kill us first before they reach out to you. I really remember, and I believe my grandmother was really praying, because at that time there was total silence. So, and then there was a knock at the door. So for us, we were finished. But when they opened, it was, Kenya prison bus. They came for us. I mean, that was like an answered prayer. So we were taken and then taken to the stadium. Yeah? So it was from thence that we were now taken to home. Yeah. So that is the journey before home. when we were actually in Nakuru.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, that one I've gone back a bit. Yeah. So now into campus.
Now you're getting into campus.
Yes, I'm now getting into campus.
And your uncle is telling you to just, if you go there, make sure you find a church, and specifically Seventh-day Adventist Church. Okay. So before joining, almost joining, they organized for a fundraiser to help me raise my fee. Okay.
So I had to travel to Nakuru, from Kisumu to Nakuru now to attend. I didn't like how they were fetching money from people, you know. It was like a forceful kind, you're being compelled. Yeah, they would say in Swahili, unatoa utoi, you know. So somebody would be compelled. I remember there was a person who came out with nothing, no cent. I mean, all the money was taken. Yeah, my fee. I didn't like it. Anyway, so the following day, we went to pay school fees. Something happened there. I really want to believe the path I was taking, there was a lesson God wanted me to learn. Because I didn't love God, that was for sure. Because I loved the other life. I loved music, songs, especially hip hop. I liked songs in Kenya like Gengeton. I liked secular songs a lot. So when we were counting money, of course in the bank, so my dad was counting, and then my brother, and then my mom would confirm, and then I would be given to go and pay. So 3 people, you can imagine. Yes. So it was a serious thing. So I remember they counted 40,000, and they gave me, so they would count 10, my brother would confirm, and then my mother would reaffirm and confirm, you know, and then I would be given. Okay, so I would be given, and then I tied, you know, all of them, the 40, and then I put them here, and then I would line, you know, the queue, of course, as we pay. So when it was my turn, I gave out the money, and then I'm told, okay, so you've seen that you want to pay 33,000. I said, no, you can't be serious. Not 33,000. I gave you 40,000. I gave you 40,000. How are you saying 33,000? No. If 7,000 is not there, it is you. It's you. Because I'm certain I did not make any movement anywhere, and somebody did not steal. So it is you. You know, it became chaotic in that bank, Equity. It became chaotic that they had to stop activities just to attend to us, to ensure that the question the suspicion we've raised is taken care of. So we were taken to the CCTV camera to behold how it began. So I would even see myself, how I sat, how we moved, how I gave out the money, and how how the money was taken and was put in that drawer, and how he moved into another room, and how he was dancing, and you know, he didn't steal money, but 7,000 was missing. So something funny, you learn that the 7,000 were the old thousands. I mean, you know, remember the old money before these new ones.
Okay.
They were exactly 7,000. It is the old money that disappeared, and we ensured we had put them in between. So something came to my mind, because I remember somebody said there that most of students who are going to school with Harambe money, they don't end well. Okay. Because most of the money, some of the money are not gotten in a well way. I mean, in a good way, you know. Some they're even, you know, witchcraft.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
So that is what came to my head. And then I remembered my uncle. The best place is church. So this one strengthened that impression that I would look for church. Okay, so that was, and then I joined campus now. So in campus, my first time, I really believe God has been directing and God has been guiding, leading the path. Because I learned, the instruction was look for a church, specifically Seventh-day Adventist church. So in my room, in the hostel, so in our room, we were actually 4. I was the one who actually arrived late. Okay. So I found Yaju, the upper one, double decker, so the upper one. Okay. Yeah, so I learned something. So I just went, I was quiet in my bed and just resting, sleeping. But I heard my bedmate listening to Seventh-day Adventist songs. Then I had to inquire, are you a Seventh-day Adventist? He said, yes. Okay, you're my friend. So we'll go with you to church. But still, my life, with my songs, my hip-hop songs, I still had them. And with my funny clothes, unfortunately, I didn't take photos by then. I could have seen them. Yeah, so I had to unlearn a lot. I remember during it's called the orientation. Okay. Yeah, so they would they would entertain us with secular songs after doing the orientation. For me, I was okay. I was really okay, watching those songs. I was very fine, okay with them. But my godly friend would say, what is these things? What are they playing? What are they playing? And then I said, but it's songs, they are songs, they are songs. It's good. But he insisted, let's leave this place not good. Then I remembered, as we were leaving that hall, he grabbed my hand. And then I was like watching, but being led out. And that is how I left. Okay, so that was campus life. So I started training myself to like church, love church program. I used to go to church rarely, but I would not finish, the whole session.
The whole day.
Yes, and then I would go late and come out the earliest, But in campus, I learned something. So we would go to church from 8. The program ends at 6, and it's more of studies and prayers. And that was a new environment for me. One thing that made me fear was during the Bible study in the afternoon. People would ask questions, and then I would see people raise their hand. Then somebody would say, it is written, it is written. And then people would quote verses and verses. I feared, and then I said, no, I don't deserve being here. Because the only verse I heard was John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish. But that was the verse I heard. But I would hear people quote verses, so I feared.
Yeah.
So I even left sitting in front. I went back, and then I would be silent there. Yes. Okay, so conversion, not yet. Yeah. So I remember there was a day on Tuesday, so with our friends, the SDF friend and the Kalenjin friend, and there's also a Luo friend there. Okay. Yeah, so the Kalenjin friend was playing some songs. And I really love dancing, by the way. Mm-hmm. I liked dancing. We were dancing a lot by then. So he was playing some songs, and then I couldn't help. I started dancing.
Okay.
So as I was dancing, my SDF friend joined me.
To dance?
To dance. I don't know.
The one that grabbed your hand?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I even questioned him. Have I influenced you? And we started dancing, So we were dancing and dancing and dancing. And then the Kalenjin friend, made a joke. Mm-hmm. Yes, on him. My friend.
Okay.
And then it offended him. But for me, it was funny. So I was laughing at him. Little did I know that my laughter was offending him. So he got offended, and then he started wrestling me. Okay. While I was in high school, apart from listening to songs, I liked wrestling. I really had strange games, kick, wrestling and races, but races was good. But I liked wrestling a lot. So I felt like I had a lot of strength, a lot of energy. Yeah. So I was looking for a place where I would give it out once. So I would either run fast and get tired quickly, or wrestle with you for some seconds and then get tired. I would feel satisfied. Okay. So when my friend was wrestling with me, he took me back to my high school life. And then I grabbed him. I remember I grabbed him. And then this was his neck. His neck was here. And then these are his legs. Mm-hmm. And then I put my hand between his legs. And then I squeezed him like this and threw him down. I was also out of, anger doing that. I remember upon dropping him, he ran and slept in his bed. It was on Tuesday. So at Joust, that is where I actually went to school, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University. Yeah, so there, in the SDA group, we always have Bible studies every Tuesday. Okay. So it is on the same Tuesday, that I taught my friend a lesson. Okay, so it reached a time for Bible study. I realized he was missing. So he was missing. So I had to inquire, where is he? Where is he? Where is my friend? Where is my friend? So I was told he's in the hospital. Oh, when I heard in the hospital, what rang into my mind was what I did at 11 a.m., what I did. So I had to run. I had to leave the room and run to the hospital, So upon reaching there, I found he was admitted, And then I inquired, what's wrong? What's up? What's wrong? Are you sick? And then he said, I have chest problem. And then he told me, that is when I knew he had asthma. I felt very guilty. I felt so wounded. So I awakened the pain, the disease, the ailment he had. But he told me, go back to Bible study. So I went, but I was very guilty. I was haunted. Even though I was so much of the world, but I still had a bit of sympathy in me.
Yeah.
Yes. So I went, and then they were doing election that day. Yeah, in the ministry. They were doing election. And then I was at the forefront to be proposing. Yes, chairperson, okay, I would propose quickly. And then spiritual leader, somebody proposed me to be spiritual leader. I said, no, you people don't know me. You don't know what I did at that today. Somebody's in the hospital because of me. Spiritual leader? No. I even told them, you can't. No, I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
You better put me to be your bodyguard, or security guy taking care of the door before people enter, or usher or deacon, but not spiritual leader. But they told me also, don't tell us about your page, because if we would open ours, you would say yours is a bit, is a bit good, Yeah, so, okay, I gave in. I said, okay, I'll be spiritual leader. Yeah, so I've always loved it. When I'm given the post, I would inquire from the pioneers, those who were there before.
Yeah.
So I would question. So how about spiritual leader? And then they would say, okay, spiritual leader. So ensure you organize for Bible studies. The visitations are actually done on time. Ensure the facilitators are informed on time. Ensure we have the program for the semester in time. Okay, so it wasn't hard. So it is at this time that God wanted to teach me a lesson. So before Tuesdays, because I was the spiritual leader, I would ensure the facilitators are informed on time. And then as a good leader, I would also ensure I have my time with my Bible to study, so that come that day, I would have something to say. So it was at that time of personal meditation and personal Bible study that God was teaching me a lesson. And then I would meet with this verse in Psalms 119, verses 9, that wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way,
Yeah.
And then it's by taking heed thereto according to thy word. Thy word. Okay. So I'm getting okay. So it means there's secret here.
Yeah.
And then I learned about, Christian character. That there are things I also learned that in 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 is saying, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For he who loves the world, the love of God is not in him. So he said the world is bad. And then in verse 16 he's telling me what is in the world. Saying the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. And then I connected it with James chapter 4, verse 4. He's saying that he who loves the world is an enemy of God. So God needs to help me. So that taught me how to humble myself before him and to ask him to help me, because I really loved worldly songs. So I had to ask him to really give me more than human strength to overcome. Yeah, it was at that moment that I would delete them. I would delete them. It is at that time that I took my ragged long trouser and then I used to lift weights. I had funny clothes. Yeah, it is through that study that I would take them. I didn't give them to somebody else, because I read, it is in that verse that I read in Habakkuk 2:15 that woe, W-O-E, unto him that giveth a neighbor drink like alcohol. So I compared anything evil or anything bad with alcohol. So if I give my neighbor, woe unto me. So I decided I burned some, but I threw some to the toilet. So God was really doing a lot of things in my life. And then I had questions. I didn't have peace in my heart. I would try to listen to songs, but you would listen to songs, the long you'd listen to them, you'd feel a bit satisfied. But the moment you stop, that problem comes back. So it didn't satisfy, But when I met God, things changed. Even the love, how we even related with people, it strengthened. I saw people like humans. I would even sympathize with the sick, Yeah, so God had to transform my heart and transform my life. And what remained in my heart was what my uncle told me before I joined church, and the lifestyle of my grandmother. And I've found the best, which I would recommend people to actually find. So the only place we can find satisfaction is at the foot of the cross. is at the foot of the cross.
And so here you are, you're reading your Bible, you're having your personal time with
Yes,
God,
yeah.
and then you're getting to know that there's some things that are not pleasing to God, and then you tell God to help you to overcome them, and you go ahead and maybe delete some of the songs in your phone, throw some of your clothes, and then now did you decide that now, I don't know if you had been baptized before. Maybe you can share that, if at all you had been baptized before. And then also, you share at what point did you now decide that, oh God, now I need to start a new life with you.
Yeah, so thank you. I was actually baptized in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, in 2014. But after 2014, we disappeared for, I can say 2014. The next time I came back home was 5 years later.
Okay.
So you can do that math. Yes, in fact 6, because it is in late 2019.
Okay.
Yes, when I was elected as the spiritual leader.
Okay.
So I disappeared. I wondered why, but I came to learn, which we really are really praying if God, God is really willing to help us, that we may be responsible in holding the new flock. I mean, those who have been baptized. We are not privileged to get somebody to hold us, because the Bible is saying in Matthew 28 verses 19. He's saying that go ye therefore and teach. Yes, after teaching, baptize. And then teach again. So, but you learn here, we didn't get somebody to hold us. And then I came to learn as well. When you're doing the public, confirmation that we are now giving our lives to God, the enemy is also watching. Yeah, I came to learn it's true from the book of Matthew chapter 12, from verse 45, telling us when an unclean spirit comes out of a man, he goes about looking for a place to rest. So I compared that with baptism. So when I gave my life to Christ, it was like the unclean spirit, the former me, had to disappear, but it was looking for a place to rest. And the Bible is saying it finds none, and then he remembers the place. He remembers the place from where it came from, and then it comes back and then knocks. Then upon knocking, it finds the place well, clean, neat, garnished. But it does not enter, but goes back, and then you are told it gathered 7 spirits more wicked than itself, so that the last state of that man is worse. So I would really compare ourselves then with that state, because after baptism we had to now start the newness of life, but we were caught up into the world. So it is now 5 years later that God is really calling me back, and in this campus life. Yeah, so the conviction came really so strong, and I even questioned God, why didn't you come early? But God's timing is the best. Yeah, because sincerely speaking, this is the best life. It's the best life. Yeah, I thought I would find it in clubs. I mean, in discourse. We went to discourse. A lot of this. We would dance a lot at night. I thought I would find peace there. Yeah. I liked fighting. I thought I would find peace there. Yeah. Sometimes we'd even go to do a lot, strenuous work or job to get money. We thought we would find peace there. But I found the best place to find peace, which is at the foot of the cross, and it's the best place to actually stay and be. Yes.
And now let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
For example, now when you decided to now give your life to God again, after you had now known yourself better and made the decision by yourself, what are the kind of challenges you faced if you compare your life before meeting Christ and life after meeting Christ? Because I believe that some people believe that when you are in Christ, there are totally now no challenges. So, but there are. What are the kind of challenges that you met after accepting God? Yeah.
Yeah. So
both spiritually, all round.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we really thank God for the journey. Christ Himself gave us an assurance. He's saying in John 16:33 that in the world you will face tribulation. He Himself is saying, in the world you will face tribulation, and you learn here He's talking even to the disciples, which we actually are today. So He's really telling Christians that in the world you will face tribulation. Tribulations will come, trials will come, but He's saying be it. So my life experience after conversion, I would really want to share this. I became God would do much. And then I learned something, that when God speaks, you'll have that urgent desire to share.
Yeah.
Yes, to share. You know, I came to learn, especially in Acts 1:8, the way he's saying, and they shall receive power, and they shall be witnesses unto me in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth. Yeah, so that the Holy Spirit in you, you learn. You'll not keep quiet.
Yeah.
You'll have that zeal to be sharing, you know. Yeah, so upon the, with that zeal, so I was privileged to serve as an elder. And I remember there's this story, this testimony that happened. You know, now as the leader of the church, one day I received a call. Then the friend said, Elder, that was after Sabbath in the evening, at around 8. Elder, Mama Vin is sick. So Mama Vin was one of our church members, crippled. She had a wheelchair. And Mama Vin is sick, so we need to go and attend to her. So upon hearing Mama Vin, I didn't question. So I just picked my Bible, put it in my bag, and knelt beside my bed. And then I prayed and I left. So we were to meet at a particular point at gate, so it was gate B. So those who are at Joost will know gate B. So I left, I ran. Upon reaching gate B, is not there. I called, where are you? And then he said, I'm at Kipchumba's place. So I had to run at Kipchumba's place. Yeah, so I remember upon arriving at Kipchumba's place, Kipchumba was very restless. I didn't even take 5 minutes, but he had gone to the washroom almost twice. Within 5 minutes, twice. So I had to ask, why are you restless? Then he said, the mission you are called for is not that one. What we are going to pray for is different. It's not a sick person, but it's a demon-possessed guy.
Oh.
So somebody is demon-possessed. Okay. That also, you know, all along I've been reading concerning them. But this time around, we are going to now encounter it in reality.
Yeah.
So I just had to seclude myself and isolate myself, go into my private room and confess my sins and pray in preparation for the war that was ahead. Okay. Yeah, so after that we met and then we prayed, had a general prayer and we left. I came to learn why the enemy is called a serpent. You know, he's very cunning. The Bible calls him serpent in Genesis 3:1, or Revelation chapter 12, verses 10. Yeah, actually verse 9 describes him. Yeah, so I came to learn why he's called serpent. He's very cunning. So upon while we were walking, we got lost. So we had to make a call. So upon calling, we called a person who was there, where the friend was being prayed for. So we would hear screams, why? Why? Yeah. So who is screaming is the person who is possessed.
Mama
and then
Vin? Was it Mama Vin?
No, it wasn't Mama Vin.
Oh.
Mama Vin, it wasn't Mama Vin. So it was a friend who was demon possessed.
Okay.
Initially, we thought it was Mama Vin, but it was a friend who was demon possessed. So and then I heard from the phone, he had put loudspeaker. And then I heard, where are they? Where are those people? Let them come. It is us. So I had to ask, is that person asking about us? So he's waiting for us. I remember before then we were storing, but after we heard that, where are they? Nobody talked. Okay, me personally, I was praying. So upon arriving there at the scene, I remember vividly, there were people who also came to pray, you know, the Legio Maria. They came with smoke. The house was full of smoke. We said, no. If you want us to get in, ensure those people have left. And ensure you get rid of this. And then we ensured there was no smoke. Yeah, so something happened. Yeah, so you were entering the house. The house is also very strange. You go down, you know. You go down like
ground.
Yeah, I mean, you go down as you get in.
Okay.
Yeah, so upon arriving, so the person you're going to pray for is inside. And she's up, she's up. And very strange eyes looking at us. I was the leader, so I would lead. So she was looking at us. I remember, looking at us very strangely. So she would look at me, then look at the next, and then the third. I remember we entered with a song, so 474, like, take the name of Jesus with. Do you know the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then as we were singing, we didn't even finish the stanza. My voice left.
Oh.
But in my mind, I'm singing, my lips are moving, but there's no voice. So the people I came with realized. So we had to pray immediately. So the distance between my knee and the ground, Yes, my voice came back. I said, okay, okay. So I've been hearing concerning the war, the spiritual war. So it is here. So I actually confirmed that it was there. So we started praying. We prayed a lot. And I remember as we were praying, she would collapse. She would come up. She would collapse. There were two voices. One would plead, pray, 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 pray. It's almost going. It's almost going. Another voice was very arrogant. Not yet. Your faith is too low. Trying to discourage us. Yeah, so we prayed from 8 p.m. to almost midnight, but we did not succeed. The reason why I'm saying this is because, the Bible says in 1 Peter 5:8 that the adversary, the devil, like a roaring lion, seeketh, like a roaring lion, seeketh. So he's the one who seeks. But that day, we went to seek him, and then we did not succeed. So I remember when we were actually parting ways, the three of us, we said, we went to seek him in his territory, and we've not succeeded. He's coming for us. So the experiences that came after. Yeah, so it didn't take long, almost a week. And then I'm called home. Your parents wants to commit suicide, your mother's left, your dad is being chased from church, your mother is nowhere to be seen. It didn't take long, but I really thanked God because he would reveal, and then I would know the war has even gone at home, So I would pray a lot, and God would come through. Where I saw God coming through in the process, because my mom had left. Nobody knew where she was. Her phone was off. Yeah, so I prayed to God and asked God, if it is a war, if it is a battle that is coming because of what we did, please, Lord, fight for me. It is written in Exodus 14 that be still and know that I'm God. Be still, I will fight for you. Yeah. So this is your battle. Please, Lord, fight for me. And then I remember as I was traveling back home, it happened so surprisingly that my mother called. Yeah, that was her prayer answered. And then I inquired, where are you? And she said, no, if I tell you, you'll come and take me home. But she said it anyway. And then I went, I prayed with her, and she came home. Yeah, God did marvelously well that he brought them together, reconciled. So what I'm trying to say is, after the journey of, after you've given yourself to Christ, trials will come. Yeah. Temptations will come. But we really thank God that greater is he who is in us than he who is in the world. So greater is God who is able to fight for us. Yeah, so God is very faithful, and we thank him for all he's able to do for us humans. Okay. Yes.
So now do you understand the reason why your grandma was still putting aside the tithes? Because at that time you did not understand that it's mandatory, because that is a command from God that we should give out tithe. So do you now understand, did you get to understand after that?
Yeah, I've vividly seen it. My grandmother has been living the Bible, what is in the Bible. Apart from tithe, my grandmother every Friday, she would prepare githeri. And this githeri would be eaten up to Saturday night. And then we would go to church, not come back. We would be coming back to give water to the cattle and go back to church. Yeah, so I came to learn. I've learned. I'm reading the Bible and I'm confirming it with my grandmother's lifestyle. I even came to learn easily to to do the preparations on Friday because of her. Yeah, I came to learn that my grandmother has been striving to do what is pleasing to God. Yeah. So I've learned, and I've really thanked God that he brought her into my life. And through her example, we are able to say that God can use people to influence others. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. So, thank you so much for that. And before we close, maybe there is that thing that maybe I've not tackled, I've not asked, and you would wish to share. Maybe you can just go ahead. Something you're feeling that I'm leaving behind.
Yeah. There's a lot to share, but I would say this. When God has a purpose for you, because I know each and every person, there is a purpose, and there's a reason as to why everyone is born. and there's a reason as to why you exist. So I was really entangling myself with a lot of things until I committed to the Lord, and then He really defined to me my purpose. I came to learn all the Lord was looking for in me was that I may be of use in His vineyard. And since then, because of the former lifestyle I used to live, upon giving my life to Christ, the questions and the unsettled mind I had, He actually settled them for me. So the secret I'm actually revealing here is the best way to know the purpose, or those who are still struggling to know their purpose. Just commit it to God, commit at the foot of the cross. And the Lord is very faithful and very willing to reveal to you what you actually are supposed to do. And like for me, I've learned that I'm supposed to be of use in His service and to be a missionary. And that is what I'm striving to do, to be able to please Him in my missionary work, in my medical missionary work. Yes.
So maybe for those people who, maybe you can share about like what you do, maybe the kind of stuff you deal with.
Yeah, I'm actually a medical missionary trained. I trained at an institution called Kayayo, that is in Migori. Yeah, so very nice place where I met a lot of like-minded people in line with striving to do God's will. So in medical missionary work, we do a lot. We really do a lot, just from the term medical missionary. So medical, health, and then missionary work. So it's like connecting both physical and spiritual. So like it's defined, compassion of Christ revealed, and then gospel practiced. Yeah, so it's a lot of practical lessons. Of course, we have theory. So we'd learn how to treat diseases. We'd learn how to cook. Yeah, we'd learn how to even do entrepreneurship or business. We'd learn how to sing music. We'd learn a lot of things, you know. Yeah, so it's a lot like what we are doing now from the training we've gotten. So like now we are missionaries, organizing for missions a lot. And what we do there, we also have machines where we do free medical camps, you know. And just our burden is to ensure that we be of help to the community, to serve the community in the way we actually can. Yes.
So, do you think I've left something out?
We cannot finish.
We cannot finish. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Erick, for sharing your testimony.
Yes,
actually, there are some things that I did not know that I've known while doing this video, and actually I've been blessed by what God is able to do in our lives. And so I believe that it's going to bless someone out there. And so let's finish the video. So thank you guys for watching this episode, and I believe that if you watch this video till the end, you're going to get out with something that is going to help you in your life. So let's meet again in the next episode of Testimonial. Till we meet again, bye bye.